Hey guys, Mandy the Dragon Tamer Team Forbidden here, and the best Dragon Duelist NA, and we are back with Pendulum Best Deck. So let's see who's ready for this upcoming new list that I come up with. It has some subtle changes, but you know, these subtle changes help out with a lot in coming out with our bigger, better monsters. Because like I've said before in my other list. It can make Zark, but not so easily. But after seeing some cards around, it's actually pretty easy to bring him out and, win you some games when people are not expecting it. But let's get to the list, shall we? Starting off, we have our 3 good boy, Rescue Rabbit. Everyone knows what he does. You banish him and basically summon up to two of the same level 4 lower normal monsters, which works out well with our Master Pendulum. Who's going to be your main target most of the time, because all the Dracoslayer extra deck monsters like to use a Dracoslayer monster. Vector can work out as well, but not to the same extent as Master. So you like to see him out more times than Vector, but we do run the Supreme King Dark Rebellion, so he helps out in outing some harder monsters out there like Dragoon and other stuff like that. Then next we have our 3 Luster. Basically free advantage for the deck depending on your scales. Can thin it out, and level 4 tuner. So he can bring out the now at 3 ignister, which is why I'm making, a part 2 of this deck profile. Just having that extra copy of ignister in the extra deck basically helped out this deck so much, and the plays I was making for it. Next, I have 3 Lecter. If you're facing against another Pendulum deck, it's nice to have him to shut down the effects of your opponent's skills. On top of, he's a level 4 Dark Dragon, so like I said before, it helps to have him go into either your Xyz or Dragon extra deck monsters that basically need the Dark Dragon or a dragon like him, which I don't see enough people running of. I've seen people only run like 1 or 2 of them. I just like to have them as an extra material for all my extra deck monsters. 3 big boy Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon. For any of you that don't know out there, you can discard him, pay a certain amount of life points, and basically search any level 8 or lower Dragon Pendulum in your deck. So, he basically searches out your whole deck. He can search Lecter, Luster, whatever combo piece you're missing. If you have multiples of him, that's either multiple searches or a search in your scale. Basically get yourself set up with his effect. Next to Odd Eyes Revolution, we have our 2 Dark Worms and our Gate 0. With him, he's a free summon on top of a free scale. So it's just kind of free advantage for any plays that you start off with, especially if you Dragon Shine him on the first turn. 2 Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. His like Luster, he has his Pendulum effect, which is nice, on top of basically dealing double damage when he battles, which is also nice as well when you're just trying to go for like a quick game, OTK game, or basically use these guys off for absolute to cheat out your Vortex. Which you can in this deck you can both cheat it out with Vortex or actually hard fusion summon it out. So it's basically nice to have the options to have one way or another to get out your fusion monsters faster. 2 Performapal Coin Dragon. Like I said in my other profile, really underrated card. Gives all your dragons protection from being destroyed on top of giving them a 500 boost. So it can the little boost and added protection can give you a lot of extra little oomph to get over stuff that's kind of hard to usually get rid of. On top of, if he uses the pendulum skill, like I said before, he has twin burst effect, so whatever monsters that he targets for his pendulum skill effect ends up getting banished at the end of damage calculation, so you can crash a monster that you don't really need as much to get rid of something problematic that your opponent may have. 1 Aether, because it's a free summon from Hieratic Spheres, so it's a nice interruption with bouncing something your opponent controls and then banishing a card they control right after with his summon. Then one Chaos Emperor because it's Chaos Emperor. Really good card. Can help clear a board if you really need to, or help bring back resources that you need that you probably have sent away by being banished, or to summon him, or that you sent away because of a card I'll show you later. 3 Sky Iris because we like to search out our Odd Eyes Revolution and Pendulum Dragons to basically get our plays going. And mix that off with 1 Terraforming. You basically got 4 copies in the deck. 3 Duelist Alliance when you need to search out the Dracoslayers or any Pendulum monster really that you need for your plays. Especially considering that all the Dracoslayer and Draco Overlord monsters have Pendulum in the name. They're all targets for Duelist Alliance for any of your extra deck plays that you need. 2 Dragon Shrine because, you know, you want to send your Dark Worm to the grave, get the summon, and get the search for your scales. Now here's the little tech I found. You can actually bring the Zark out with this because, you know, one of his materials is a Synchro Dragon. So I'm pretty sure if you're seeing this, you guys already know that I have Verte Anaconda in my extra deck. So Anaconda into Miracle Synchro Fusion, bringing out Zark, pop your opponent's field, go for game. Some good stuff. Then the Poly, because like I said before, you can hard fusion summon out Zark or Odd Eyes Vortex. 1 Draco Face Off, because it's free scales or a free summon. Harpy's Feather Duster, because we hate back row. And 1 Begone Demon Child, because no one likes hand traps. And onto the extra deck. We got our 2 Hieratic Spheres. Either, you know, you can get your plays going on the end phase of your opponent, like summoning Dark Worm to get your scale search and basically get yourself up ready for your turn. Or, like I said before, you disrupt with Hieratic Spheres, summon out Aether, and get another disrupt because you banish another card on the field. A lot of times it can stop an opponent because, you know, once you have something banished, it's kind of hard to kind of recover if that was like a needed combo piece that they had to go into for their ritual summon or their extra deck plays. And of course, Verte Anaconda because we have the Poly and the Miracle Synchro Fusion, so any way to get out our boy Zark out faster, might as well. Two of our Xyz Dracoslayer. Free Pendulum Search on his summon, and on top of that, extra summons from the extra deck, so he keeps your plays going next to the other Dracoslayers, who basically keep continuing to giving you advantage by recycling your Dracoslayers from the extra deck, the grave, or straight out summoning them from the deck with Ignister. 1 Supreme King Dark Rebellion, because, you know, might as well have something from the rank 4 toolbox to help you out certain monsters. Absolute and Vortex, because like I said before, you can XC summon him out, link him off, or do something else with him to cheat him out, or actually hard summon him. Any way to bring out this guy faster for your negates, or for helping break a board, because, you know, he sends a card away when he's summoned. It helps out. Double Ignister. So glad he is back at 3. I've been saying it for the longest time that he will come back, so I am glad to finally have another Synchro monster I can actually summon out. Just for the drawback that that Luster has, that he can't be used for an extra deck material except for a Dracoslayer monster, which, you know, links kind of go around nowadays, so it's not as bad as before, but, you know, it kind of hurt not to have another Synchro that couldn't be summoned, but now with this guy at 3, it does help out to have the second copy. If you don't want to run Absolute like this guy, you can take him out and throw in a third, so it's kind of up to your preference, really. I'm just doing it like this because I like having the extra ways to bring out my monsters. Double Dinosaur, because, you know, he brings back our Dracoslayer monsters that are in the grave or summoned from hand, so, you know, he keeps our plays going into whatever link monster or extra deck monster that needs to come out and help out. On top of giving all your stuff protection. Then we got Appaloosa, because it's Appaloosa. Access Code because it's Access Code. And Zark because this deck can make him easy now with Verte Anaconda. But yeah, guys, that's the deck profile. Hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day out there.